Good morning, everyone. I'd like to start with some good news. Overnight, WA Health has reported 0 new COVID-19 cases in Western Australia. That means we now have 8 active cases, all of whom are in hotel quarantine. And our total number of cases since the start of the pandemic remains at 1,121. In other good news, Western Australia has hit another vaccination milestone. Currently, our vaccination rate for those aged 12 and over is 85.3% for first doses. For second doses, the rate is 73.4%. This is very encouraging. To put this in perspective, we announced our safe transition plan less than 3 weeks ago, and that means that nearly 120,000 extra West Australians have had their first dose since then. It's a fantastic result, as every day more West Australians follow the science and the health advice by coming forward, doing the right thing for themselves, their loved ones and the community. As we've been repeatedly saying, we know the virus is coming to Western Australia. And when it arrives here in Western Australia, it will find those people who aren't vaccinated. That's what we're seeing in other states and other countries around the world. Our progress means we are on track to reach our goals for the Safe Transition Plan to lock in the date to ease our controlled border measures. But we need to keep the momentum going, especially given the vast size of our state. The best way to keep pushing our vaccination rate up, in conjunction with the workforce mandates, is to make vaccinations as easily accessible as possible. We know that it works. Our successful Supervax weekend at the start of November saw a 12% surge in vaccinations through our state-run clinics. So today we are announcing a new strategy to further boost momentum, our Summer Vax Drive. Starting this Saturday, our Summer Vax Drive will involve 3 weeks of targeted promotions, events and opportunities for Western Australians to get vaccinated. Firstly, there will be new pop-up clinics at specific Woolworths and Aldi supermarkets. The exact locations will be announced soon, but they will be across both metropolitan and regional areas on December 2, 3, 4 and 5. There will be 11 metropolitan locations and 5 regional locations. Secondly, there will also be pop-up clinics at cricket matches at Optus Stadium during November and December. This will start with the Women's BBL final this Saturday that obviously features our Perth Scorchers. So get behind our team and get your vaccine at the same time. It's easy. A pop-up clinic will also be available at the BBL match on Wednesday, 8 December. Fans and staff will have the opportunity to get vaccinated then and there. Can I thank Woolworths, Aldi and Cricket Australia for their help on all of these measures. Finally, we will also establish the COVID-19 Vaccine Community Funding Program to help boost the uptake of the vaccine in priority groups, including Aboriginal and other communities. The Health Minister and Vaccine Commander will talk more about that in a moment. All of this in addition to the existing state clinics at over 100 locations around Western Australia, as well as GPs, pharmacies, Aboriginal medical services and respiratory clinics run by the Commonwealth. It's all about making vaccination as easy and accessible as possible. My advice is simple, don't wait. We expect that clinics will be busy next week before the next wave of mandates kicks in. So I encourage everyone to get it done as soon as possible. There are so many reasons to get vaccinated. It reduces your risk of catching the virus. It reduces the severity of the disease if you get it. It dramatically reduces your chance of hospitalisation or winding up in the ICU. It dramatically reduces the likelihood of you dying. Right now, over East, the overwhelming majority of COVID cases, hospitalisations and people on ventilators chose not to get vaccinated. I bet they regret that choice. Yesterday, Victoria reported 19 COVID-19 deaths. 19. Of that, 17 were unvaccinated. That tells the whole story. It's not just about protecting yourself. We know the vaccine reduces your risk of passing it on to someone else, of passing it on to someone you love, like a child or an elderly relative. The more people who get vaccinated, the safer everyone is. The fewer restrictions we need to place on everyday life, the fewer lives lost, It's time to do the responsible thing, the right thing, the adult thing, for your community, your loved ones, for yourself. We need you to get vaccinated. I'll now hand over to the Health Minister.
Thank you very much, Premier. Thank you very much, everyone. Look, this is another great initiative to increase our vaccination rates and improve the vaccination rollout. It's also another innovative way that we can approach the vaccination of all people. And WA has had a remarkable run of COVID-free days in the community. We have been as safe as anywhere in the world. But that is all going to come to an end shortly. For almost 2 years, we've been trying to keep COVID out. We have protected the lives of Western Australians, and this in turn has protected WA and the Australian economy. But soon we'll be in a strange new situation of bringing COVID-19 into WA. It's going to be a reality check for many people. People are going to get sick. Some people will get very sick. So our focus between now and early next year has to be on getting as many people as possible vaccinated and as soon as possible. To put this into a clearer picture, in New South Wales between the 16th of June and the 7th of October, they admitted 1,015 people into their ICUs. Of that 1,015 people, only 47 were fully vaccinated. And of those 47, the average age was 82. So this is a disease of the unvaccinated. And our best way to respond to the inevitability of it coming into our community is for people to vaccinate as soon as possible. And that's why the initiatives like this summer Vax Drive are so important. And it's why the support of businesses like Woolworths and Aldi's is also greatly appreciated. About 1,885,000 Western Australians have now rolled up for WA. It's a massive number. We're less than 2 Optus stadiums away from seeing 2 million Western Australians roll up for their first dose. So I want to thank everyone who has rolled up so far. And I want to thank everyone who has supported the vaccine rollout and helped spread the word to get vaccinated. Ignore the noisy, tiny minority and listen to the almost 2 million West Aussies who want to protect each other. I want to see everyone support the vaccination program, on both sides of the Parliament of Western Australia. We need to be in this together. I've said many times that we can't leave anyone behind in the vaccination effort. We need to all be in this together to protect each other. The recent outbreak in the Northern Territory and the concern about it in far northwestern Australia has brought this into sharp focus. The Aboriginal vaccination rate has actually been increasing well and faster than mainstream community in the recent weeks. But it is still only at around 48.7% for first dose and 32.6% for double dose. So we have to do better. There are a lot of people doing everything they can to lift this, and if you can help in any way to spread the word, please do so. It is safe and it is important to get vaccinated. Just finally, I want to mention the Safe WA app. Tomorrow marks 1 year since the app was launched. It has been phenomenally successful, particularly during times of potential community transmission. And I want to remind everyone to keep using the Safe WA app. And if you've stopped using it recently, please take up the habit once again. There are more than 1 million scans yesterday, so we know people are continuing to use it. But it's vital that we maintain this habit and get back into the habit of using the Safe WA app. So just a few stats to leave with you in relation to that. We have over 2 million individual registrations for the Safe WA app, as well as over 90,000 businesses that have registered. So during the year, we have had over 463 million total check-ins. That's a significant number, but we need to keep up that effort because when the disease comes into our community and we have to do our contact tracing, it is so important that we have that data to draw upon. So don't be complacent.